Welcome to Innovate Manhattan Science Site. As you know, at Innovate Manhattan, we use technology to drive education, and this science site will help you in that process. This video will explain, number 1, the purpose of this science site, number 2, the structure of the science site, and 3, how to track your tasks. So, the learning portal and this science site, they are going to be working together. They are both responsive, meaning that they are accessible and viewable on all devices. But they are different. If the curriculum, or what students learn, was like a body, the KED learning portal would be the skeleton. It's what holds everything up. And the muscles would be the lessons the teachers create, changeable and flexible. Like bones, the learning portal is growing, but it's unbending. It's very reliable. And this science site is built around that structure of the learning portal. And the materials on this site supplement the learning portal and will house all materials used in class and all things changed to make sure that your learning experience is as enjoyable as possible. The structure of the science site is very important to become familiar with. Here we have our page with our navigation bar. The first thing on the navigation bar is the home page. Very, very important. It has a poll and it has a news feed to our blog. Please subscribe to our blog. It will be used to make announcements about anything science related and any changes to this website or any assignments. Read the full blog, go to home and then to announcements. The Wonder Wall. The Wonder Wall is wonderful. It is where we get to ask those questions that we just didn't have time for in class or maybe weren't related to what we were learning. But since everything is science, no questions are off limits. Please ask these questions and email them to your teacher. Put them on a post-it and on the wall in class or submit them through this website. When you have a question, you can respond to anybody's, even your own. And if your writing makes it to this page, it is a reason to celebrate. That means you cited your sources and you found a good answer or had a great question. Have you ever tried to look up a word on Google and find a very technical definition? Well, don't worry about that anymore, because here on the glossary you can find student-friendly definitions and words that we are learning in class. Most, if not all, probably all of these words should be in your science notebook. It is organized in the same letter groups as your notebook. And just to make sure you're not writing every single word in the glossary, we were nice and we put numbers in parentheses corresponding to the grade that they belong to. So 6th graders, if it has 8, don't bother writing it. Now, test prep. Test prep is a fact of life, but it helps teachers know what you understand and what you don't. It's also a way for us to figure out if we need to do something differently. So announcements will be made on the blog and in class when there's an online quiz or test. You'll see on this page that there are links and a help page. For online quizzes, we'll use a program called QuizStar, and your username and login is the same as the learning portal. We're trying to make it easy. Alright, as we discussed earlier, sometimes teachers need to be creative and adjust. And the learning portal is very solid and doesn't change very easily. So, what we have done is we have coordinated this site to work with the portal, to supplement the portal. But here's the deal. The KED Learning Portal is copyrighted. Therefore, you will not see the Learning Portal materials on this public website. However, it is structured around the themes, the goals, and the tasks, so it should be easy to coordinate between the two websites. You will often see links to the learning portal, but you will not see links on the learning portal to this site. So let's go over it again. There's an 8th grade bar. You'll see underneath it the themes. After the theme, you will see that little section of the goal, and the tasks will then go underneath that. And depending on what Innovate students need, the teacher will adjust. And this is how students and families know exactly what's going on. If you click on the theme, just the theme right there, you will see the task list. And this should actually not change, but it will tell you what the changes are. For example, something might be modified or something might not be required in replacement of something else. This list will have links to the portal or the page on this science website. Modified. So if you find something that says modified, that means the teacher has made some adjustments to make it more accessible to all students. So you should use the link on this website, but everything else in the portal goes along with it. You are still using all the portal's resources. There's just some extra or some modified tasks on this site too. So you should always check out this themes page, because sometimes I will say that's not required or that's extra credit. And it helps you keep track of your process. Also, if you're interested and you like what we're talking about, check out the extensions. They're not required, but they're encouraged. Now, the next thing you need to know is the introduction. The introduction is something that's not on the portal, but it is very helpful. This is very helpful because if you ever have found yourself not understanding what the words are or what they're talking about on the portal, and you want some extra background, that's what the introduction's for. It's to prep you for the tasks on the portal, just like we're going to be doing in class, but it's also on the website. Every theme will have an introduction. Usually there will be tasks associated with the introduction that will be of help to you and help you be successful in tasks to come. All tasks in the introduction are required. Some may be actually done in class. Many I'll ask you to do at home. When you do these, you will feel successful and be ready for the other tasks ahead. Now, the website will change with feedback and grow as the year goes on, so please be patient. But the most important thing you can do is frequently check this website and the learning portal. They go together like peanut butter and jelly or bones and muscle.